No audio. Good afternoon and welcome back to RMU Live for Friday, February 23rd, 2017. I'm Gage Golding.
And I'm Reagan Check. Here's what's happening now. On Monday, many parents attended a school board meeting at Moon Area High School trying to find a solution to end incidents like the threat that was made last week. After the Parkland, Florida shooting, many parents worry about the safety of their children. In 2016, the high school received a grant and was able to get their first resource officer. However, this grant runs out soon, and Greater Latrobe School District is also facing similar issues. The district canceled classes today due to a threat found written in the bathroom wall. The district says, although it does not think the threat is credible, they canceled classes as a precaution. And following a mass shooting in Broward in Miami-Dade, threats on social media have skyrocketed up to 50 a day. The school has sent a series of robocalls home to parents to inform them that if students take part in these threats, that there will be serious consequences, and urges parents to inform their children. Only one threat has resulted in arrest, and 3 others are still under investigation.
In light of the influx of school shootings shattering schools across the nation, we decided to take a look into how RMU would react to such event.
Active shooter incident.
Mink believes that nobody can be fully prepared for a school shooting, but Robert Morris is ready to respond as quickly as possible. Another school shooting plagued Ohio on Tuesday. A 7th grade student shot himself in the bathroom as school was just starting. I traveled to Jackson Township, Ohio as the story was breaking. Jackson Memorial Middle School, where a 7th grade student shot himself in the bathroom just before 9 a.m. The Summit County Medical Examiner's Office has released that 13-year-old Keith Simons of Jackson Township died Wednesday, February 21st at Children's Medical Center in Akron after shooting himself at the Jackson Memorial Middle School in Jackson Township, Ohio. The 7th grade student at the middle school got off the bus at 7:50 and directly went into the restroom, said Jackson Township Police Chief Mark Brink, where he used a .22 caliber long gun to shoot himself. Now, police here in Jackson Township did say they found a distraction device in the student's backpack. Now, they classify a distraction device as something that could make smoke or make a bang.
I would say this type of event is definitely a shock. You never think it's going to happen so local to yourself. This is a good community, and it will definitely maintain its schools as safe environments.
Authorities are unsure and still trying to find out where the student got this weapon, and they also don't know if there's any other students involved in this incident at this point. Authorities say that nobody else was hurt and no other weapons were found, but this shooting occurs only days after 17 students lost their life in Parkland, Florida. At this time, police still investigating and putting this crime scene together here at Jackson Memorial Middle School. Reporting in Jackson Township, Ohio, Gage Golding, RMU Century Media. School shootings just like this one are putting lawmakers under pressure for increased gun control laws.
On Thursday, President Donald Trump embraced a National Rifle Association position to arm highly trained teachers and states that the armed teachers should receive extra pay as incentive.
I want certain highly adept people that understand weaponry, guns.
Shooter drills, stating that it would be, quote unquote, very hard on children.
2 high school students personally affected by the events in Parkland have taken matters into their own hands. These 2 sisters are now working with city officials to organize a city-wide walk in support of gun control.
We're getting like a ton of support, a ton of messages asking how people can help and how people can support and offer their services and how they can volunteer and how they can donate.
We have this amazing march already organized. All I have to do is show up.
One of the area's top shopping areas, the mall at Robinson, was sold on Monday to an Australian investment firm. Queensland Investment Corporation bought it as a part of a $3.1 billion deal. And a Charleroi woman, 29-year-old Amanda Hernandez, is being charged after endangering the welfare of her infant. Hernandez left her car running and unlocked while she ran into Lowe's to make a return. Many witnesses called police after hearing the baby crying in the car. According to security videos, Hernandez was gone for more than 17 minutes. The preliminary hearing is set for April 6th.
An 8-year-old died after he was rescued from a house fire in the Carrick neighborhood of Pittsburgh. The fire tore through the home on Westmont Avenue at 4:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Aiden Cadup died of smoke inhalation. The child was only 3 weeks away from his 9th birthday. Aiden was one of 3 people rescued from the second story of the burning house.
World Peace and Unification Sanctuary in Newfoundland is encouraging couples to bring AR-15 rifles to a commitment ceremony that is taking place down the road from an elementary school. The church states that they believe the AR-15 symbolizes the rod of iron mentioned in the Bible. The police are aware of the event, but are not sending any troops since the church is not breaking any laws.
A man in Middlesex crashed his car into the entrance of the Middlesex Hospital, lit himself on fire, and recorded the whole thing on Facebook Live. Authorities say that Stephen Alam ranted about the president and the one percenters before shouting, quote, "Death to the world order," end quote. The video in total was about 2.5 minutes. A 5-month-old girl is now dead after what police say was her father shaking, throwing, and dropping her after getting mad at a video game. Zio Shockley from Coatesville, Chester County, is now being charged with murder and other related offenses. The 18-year-old Shockley served as the infant's main caretaker. CBS Philadelphia reports that Shockley shook the baby violently after losing a video game.
A landslide in Moon Township is now beginning to concern residents and their homes. The landslide began in April of last year and continues to get worse. Residents like Chris Warnick state the driveway may be the next thing to go, and that there are pieces of pipes sitting in his yard. Moon Township is managing states that they will send someone out to look at the properties again. Tyler, yesterday we had a beautiful day despite a little bit of rain. What do we have to look forward to today?
Well, today's, guys, it's not going to be anywhere near as good. We're going to be looking at a high of 61 degrees with a low of 45, and it's going to be raining basically all throughout the day. On top of the rain, though, there's also been flood warnings throughout the state of Pennsylvania and many others. So make sure you always have a plan in case you get caught in a situation, especially if you're going to see the men's hockey games this weekend. And now, back to the desk.
And for all you need to know about news, sports, arts, and entertainment at Robert Morris and around the Pittsburgh area, visit RMUCenturyMedia.com.
Coming up, a Pittsburgh lawyer is facing charges after abusing his dog.
And police are still searching for a man who committed a bank robbery in downtown Pittsburgh. All this and more coming up next.
Appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Only you can prevent wildfires.
A well-known Pittsburgh lawyer is now facing charges of sexually abusing his dogs. Attorney Ivan DeVorn is being charged with 10 felony counts of aggravated animal cruelty, 10 counts of sexual intercourse with an animal, and possession of heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. Witnesses told police that they heard the abuse happening at least 10 times.
Police are searching for a man that robbed a Key Bank on 6th Street in downtown Pittsburgh late Thursday morning. Police say that the suspect is described as a black male with a light complexion and is about 6 feet tall and thin. Anyone with information on this robbery is asked to call the FBI at 412-432-4000 or the Sheriff's Office at 412-350-4714 with details.
Authorities at the Allegheny County Sheriff's Office were looking in Carnegie for 32-year-old Damian Falchetti for violating his probation. What they found inside the house in the 600 block of Lookout Street was a stash of over 9 different kinds of drugs. The Sheriff's Office says they recovered crystal meth, ecstasy, marijuana, LSD, MDMA, mushrooms, and other pills. President Donald Trump is now facing a lawsuit from a group of Haitian and Salvadoran immigrants. The group fled a lawsuit at a federal court in Boston Tuesday, stating that the president's decision to end special protections that shielded them from deportation was motivated by racism. The president has not responded to the claims yet.
The man who hurled a bomb into the U.S. Embassy compound in Montenegro's capital and then killed himself on Wednesday has been identified and was even found to be an ex-soldier. The man was 43-year-old Dalibor Jakovic and was identified by a relative. Police are still investigating his motives and whether he acted alone.
New immigration figures show that Europeans are not traveling to the United Kingdom as much since the Brexit vote. Particularly feeling the crunch is hospitals, where they are seeing tens of thousands of employees leaving their jobs. Currently, there are over 100,000 job vacancies.
Russia has a United Nations resolution that would have established a 30-day ceasefire and humanitarian deliveries in eastern Ghouta, stating this was a product of mass psychosis. Moscow has vetoed 10 previous United Nations resolutions in the support of Bashar al-Assad.
About 50 girls are now missing following an attack from Boko Haram. The extremist group attacked a village in northern Nigeria and that housed a girls' boarding school. Authorities in Nigeria say they have no credible information that the missing girls were taken by the terrorism group.
The German court in Berlin has deferred a resolution to ban diesel cars within the city. The resolution threatens the thriving automotive industry of Germany, known for the production of diesel cars. This is after the controversy surrounding the substandard emissions levels of diesel cars in production within the country. And the Deputy Executive Director of UNICEF, Justin Forsyth, has resigned following accusations of inappropriate behavior towards female staff while Chief Executive of Save the Children on Thursday. After the allegations were made public, Forsyth apologized to the women involved. The charity is going to review its staff and behavior challenges among senior leadership and report its findings sometime in June.
The Prime Minister of Canada is now under fire after wearing what critics are calling a tacky and over-the-top outfit when visiting Indians. Justin Trudeau wore the costume to a Bollywood gala Tuesday night and caught the eye of Indians on social media. A dust storm has engulfed a small town in Australia. Residents in Charleville were caught off guard when high winds swept through the area, kicking up dust during a dry spell. In other parts of Queensland, storms left 30,000 people in the dark.
A chat app called Blind is where South Koreans can post anonymously. This app has become an outlet for the hashtag #MeToo movement. The #MeToo movement is where people can post about sexual misconduct in the workplace. In less than 24 hours after the launch of the #MeToo board on Blind, more than 500 posts were uploaded. By Thursday, the board had swelled with more than 1,600 posts. And be sure to tune in to other shows, RMU Live Mondays at 1 p.m. and Fridays at noon, Sports Talk in the Burr and RMU Tonight Wednesdays at 5 p.m. in Colonial Sports Center Thursday at 9:30 p.m. here on RMU-TV. Coming up next, we have Tyler Schlendorn in our Weather Center.
And Nick Hederick with sports coming up next.
But I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham-bam minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Here at Robert Morris University, we pride ourselves at the experience that our students gain while they're actively learning in the classroom. Some even come back to share that knowledge with new students.
I never dreamed that I'd be back here. I'm having so much fun. I'm doing a lot of what I was trained to do and what I went to school for.
The Colonial Sports Network is a great opportunity for students to learn real job skills in sports programming.
To be able to see what the students want to make of it, because it can be anything that they want.
I love being here, seeing students, seeing myself in the students that work with me, and I'm really blessed to have so much talent to work with. It's really amazing.
To be able to see students become successful after Upper Morris is really cool.
Join the Colonial Sports Network team and expand your future today.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to RMU Live. I'm Nick Hederick, and it is time to talk sports. The Pittsburgh Penguins have a big weekend ahead in games against Carolina and Florida. They currently sit tied with the Philadelphia Flyers in the Metropolitan Division. Both teams are red hot right now and are looking to catch up to the first place Washington Capitals, who only sit a point ahead of them. Both teams are definitely trying to gain points in the standings. And in RMU sports this weekend, the RMU basketball team will take on Bryant. That is the women's basketball team will take on Bryant as they will try to win their fourth consecutive game. The men's team will take on St. Francis in their final game of the regular season before the NEC tournament starts next week. On the ice, the women's hockey team will travel to Syracuse to try to close out the regular season after they split against Mercyhurst last weekend. And the men's team will take on Air Force as they try to stop a several-game skid and end the season on a high note prior to the Atlantic Hockey Tournament. And that's going to be all the time we have for sports this week. We're going to kick it over to Tyler Schlendorn with weather. Tyler, how's it look out there?
Thanks, Nick. And for tomorrow's weather, we're looking at a high of 49 degrees with a low of 48. It's also going to be rainy again tomorrow. But as we move to the 5-day forecast, as you can see, we're going to get a little bit of sunshine coming up in the next couple of days, but it will mainly be more rain. It's also not going to be as high as we had this week, but it's definitely climbing up there with a high of 64. And we're looking at a low of 38 and 33. And now we're going to throw it back to the desk.
And that's all the time we have for RMU Live today.
See you next week. Have a great weekend.